Coming up on Torrance Today, elementary students show off their bicycle skills at the Victor Bike Rodeo. One Torrance resident shares her journey of taking the first step to achieving her lifelong dream career. And it's National Get Caught Reading Month. Find out just how many bookworms were caught checking out books at our local libraries. All this and more coming up right now on Torrance Today. Welcome to Torrance Today. I'm Christine Lee. It's 4 p.m. on Tuesday, May 10th. I hope you're having a great day so far. Thank you so much for joining us. Here is our first story. A bike rodeo helped dozens of elementary students to learn about bicycle safety while having fun. Victor Elementary School hosted last weekend's event, which was sponsored by the Victor Parent-Teacher Association, the Torrance Fire Department, and the Torrance Firefighters Association. The bike rodeo dates back decades and is an annual event that provides firefighters the opportunity to share about the importance of bike safety with third, fourth, and fifth graders. Over the past several months, students from all 17 Torrance elementary schools prepared for bike rodeo. Every school awarded a first and second place winner for each grade that participated, and those winners got to put their skills to the final test on Saturday. The citywide bicycle safety program includes a written test and 6 skills tests. It's especially important for students who ride their bikes to school every day. Trophies were given out, and cash awards will also be presented to the overall top-scoring girls and boys at an upcoming brunch next month. The Southern California Regional Occupational Center is now registering new students for the summer, and here's a special story about how one Torrance resident is using its program as a launch pad to fulfill her career aspiration. Last October, Jade Jimenez enrolled in the Registered Dental Assisting Program at SoCal ROC. She already spent a decade in various careers, but says this place gave her renewed hope to take the first step to pursue her lifelong dream of becoming a dentist. After a lot of hands-on learning, she and her classmates will begin their 160-hour externships this month, gaining experience alongside local dentists who are actively hiring qualified dental assistants. Jade graduates in June and plans to immediately take the RDA State Board exam to officially become a registered dental assistant. She'll continue taking more classes and eventually apply to dental school. SoCal ROC wants to help more motivated students like Jade. Registration is now in progress for summer 2022, and courses that are being offered, such as dental assisting, welding, and sterile processing distribution, are in line with in-demand careers. For more information, visit SoCalROC.com. The Torrance Unified School District is hosting an in-person college and career fair for the first time since before the pandemic began. It takes place at Torrance High on May 21st from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., offering students and parents the opportunity to learn about various colleges and programs of study. Representatives from community colleges, military branches, vocational schools, art and fashion institutes, and four-year universities will be there. TUSD counselors will also be available to answer any questions. And workshops will help 8th, 9th, and 10th graders to plan ahead, go over admission essays, talk about career technical education, review CSU and UC systems, and much more. Admission is free, and masks are respectfully requested when in close proximity to others. It's National Get Caught Reading Month, and we caught a lot of Torrance residents picking up a book at their local libraries. In 2020, Torrance libraries logged more than 396,000 visits and checked out more than 650,000 books. That's 1.4 books per person in the city. That does not count the use of electronic resources like Hoopla. Now here's a little bit of Torrance trivia. Did you know our community loved its library even before we were a city? In 1912, when Jared Sidney Torrance was planning the city to bear his name, he actually planned to give the community a fine public library building. The community didn't get that building for, another 20 plus years when it was ultimately built as part of the Federal Works program of the Depression, but the thought was certainly there. And before the public library was formally built, a Mrs. Isabel Henderson informally started a library on her front parlor on Gramercy Avenue with 300 books and some magazines as well. Now we have 6 public libraries scattered throughout the city, and residents can pick out the latest bestsellers or classics and keep checking off their reading list. They can also pick up this month's curbside craft kit at any location while supplies last. Visitors of all ages can learn how to make floating frogs. They're really cute and seems easy enough for even me to try. For more events, programs, and resources, visit library.torranceca.gov. The Torrance City Council meets tonight to conduct city business. Proclamations will be read declaring May as National Tennis Month, Older Americans Month, Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month, and May 9th through the 15th, 2022 as Salvation Army Week in the City of Torrance. The Torrance Youth Council and the Community Services Director will recommend that City Council appropriate funds and approve up to 6 2022 Beat the Odds scholarships, and the Transit Director will recommend that the City Council award a contract services agreement for the purchase of an analytics software system that collects, analyzes, and displays automatic vehicle location data. While the council chambers will be closed to the public in the interest of maintaining appropriate social distancing and helping to reduce the risk of spreading COVID-19, the public can participate before the meeting tonight by emailing council meeting public comment at torranceca.gov or by calling in during the meeting. You can watch the meeting live on our website, YouTube, Facebook, and of course, right here on City Cable beginning at 6:30 p.m. Well, it's not every day that we feel appreciated for the routine work that we do, but a city worker recently received a sincere thank you from a total stranger that warmed our hearts. A West Torrance resident named Susan emailed us saying she was walking her dog when she saw a Public Works Sanitation Services worker taking the extra step to clean up her neighborhood. She says as his dumpster picked up a recyclables bin, he heard a glass bottle fall and shatter on the street. He promptly jumped out of the cab and very carefully picked up all the shards of glass. This happened at the corner of Victor and Garnett Streets, and he told Susan about the importance of safety of the children of Victor Elementary School. She wanted to commend him for his exemplary service, and that note actually reached all of us here, including our city manager. That employee's name is Jesse, and City Manager Aram Shaparian says, "Thank you, Jesse, for doing the right thing and keeping true to our commitment to public service." What a great reminder that someone could always be watching and have the heart to stop and appreciate those small moments. Well, on to some more somber news. Omicron now accounts for 100% of sequenced COVID-19 cases here in LA County. With cases rising in our region and across the country, public health officials say getting vaccinated and boosted remain an important strategy to prevent serious illness. They say vaccines and boosters continue to protect against the more infectious BA.2 subvariant and new sublineages of the virus, which make up 96% of the positive samples sequenced in LA County. For the week ending on April 30th, the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention estimates that BA.2 accounted for 62% and BA.2.12.1 made up 37% of the positive sequence samples in the U.S. The CDC says BA.2.12.1 may be 25% more transmissible than BA.2. These highly infectious subvariants and sublineages are raising the number of new cases reported over the last 7 days to more than 2,500, compared to just over 900 1 month ago. That's an increase of 180%. Fortunately, the jump in case numbers has not translated into a spike in severe illness or deaths, but public health officials say that can change at any time and urge everyone to stay cautious. Tesla is recalling about 130,000 vehicles across its U.S. model lineup. There's an issue with their touch screens. They can overheat and go black. The recall covers certain models S and X from 2021 and 2022, as well as models 3 and Y from 2022. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration says during the fast charging process, the central processing computers may not cool sufficiently, causing the computer to lag or restart, which makes the center screen run slowly or appear blank. Without the center screen, the cars can lose rear view camera displays, settings that control windshield defrosters, and indicators that say either the cars are in drive, neutral, or reverse. Tesla is fixing the problem with online software updates that will improve temperature management for the computer. Those updates began on May 3rd. Fortunately, the company has no reports of crashes or injuries, but it received about 60 related warranty claims from January to early May. For those planning a Caribbean getaway, the CDC just put one relaxing destination on its high COVID-19 risk category. The British Virgin Islands moved up from level 2 to 3. That means there have been more than 100 cases per 100,000 residents in the past 28 days. The islands are known for the Virgin Gorda Bass, a bay dotted with giant granite boulders. It's also a popular spot for water sports such as diving and sailing, and a place where people can simply relax and enjoy the pristine scenery. The CDC recently reconfigured its rating system for COVID-19 travel risk assessment. Level 3 is now the highest risk category instead of level 4. Level 4 is now reserved only for special circumstances such as extremely high case counts, the emergence of a new variant of concern, or healthcare infrastructure collapse. So far, no destinations are placed at level 4, but plenty of places are at level 3, including much of Europe, such as France, Germany, Spain, and the United Kingdom. Well, still ahead, you don't have to travel far for some of the best Asian food in Southern California. We'll show you where you can grab some delicious ramen noodles, tonkatsu, and more when we come back in 60 seconds.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. At 4 in the morning, my phone rang. They said, "I regret to inform you that your husband was wounded in action." Victor sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. I was doing school full-time, and I was also then caring for Victor. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself. I just didn't want to forget that I also had goals and that I also had a life. What I did is I challenged Victor to meet me halfway. He asked all his therapists to help him undertake some of the house chores. There are almost 6 million military and veteran caregivers across the nation. We have our own journey, and we can fulfill that journey at the same time that we are helping our loved one.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey.
At the end of every episode of Torrance Today, we want to leave you with a positive story from our community that fits the theme for the day. Let's make today a tasty Tuesday. City leaders recently proclaimed May to be California Travel and Tourism Month here in Torrance. It coincides with Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month, and Discover Torrance wants more people to know that Torrance is known as the ramen capital of Southern California. Here's the map providing 8 options where people can fill up with gourmet ramen noodles. Many of the restaurant chefs spend hours perfecting their noodle textures or their broth, and it's worth a visit to each location to see what your taste buds like best. Eater LA also agrees with us on a couple of other top choices for unique Japanese food. Red Rock, located at 2141 West 182nd Street, has gently roasted extra tender slices of beef served over rice and covered with savory sauces. Kagura is my in-laws' favorite spot, located at 1652 Cabrillo Avenue. It specializes in tonkatsu, deep-fried pork chop. They also deep-fry chicken, fish, and other seafood. I like to order it as a set with rice, soup, and vegetables. And let me add a Korean spot to the list of Asian restaurants to try this week. Baekjeong Torrance, located at 1725 Carson Street, is a great option for Korean barbecue lovers. It's not all you can eat, but has high quality meats and provides a fun grilling experience where you can also cook side dishes like cheese corn and eggs. There are so many more tasty spots to share, but I'll leave it here for today. For more ideas, go to discovertorrance.com. Well, that's our show for today. Let us know if you have a positive story to tell by emailing us at torranceToday@torranceca.gov. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you back here tomorrow with more news from and for our Torrance community. Have a great day.
Right here, baby. Look. Uma.
Something more than a birthday is happening here. Once you can see it, you can help. The sooner you recognize the signs of autism, the sooner you can make a lifetime of difference for your child. Start by answering a few simple questions at screenforautism.org.